Hey y'all, it's Meso here. Welcome to my kitchen today. Come on in, because we got a lot of stuff to do. Yeah, today we're gonna be doing something though that's gonna be simple, quick, and delicious, but it's gonna look like we spent more time on it than we really did. So we're gonna fool them all. When you make this for your family, they're gonna call you a kitchen rock star, baby. And I know that's all right with you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna take a look at what we need to make this happen. That's right, we're gonna be making fried green tomatoes today. Imagine that. I have here 4 medium-sized to large green tomatoes, and they are pretty. So we're gonna go ahead and get ready and start making them a nice little addition to our meal. Let's see what we gotta do. So I've got this tomato here, and I'm gonna start by cutting off this bottom. You can see this tomato has begun to ripen a little bit on the lower side, the back side of it. I'm gonna cut both ends, the back side and the top side off. And you see that I'm just showing you this, you know, how this looks. I'm gonna put it aside, but I'm gonna come back and cut that little core out, and I'm still going to fry that piece of the tomato. So you can, as I said before, this is just a little bit, a hint of redness, but it's gonna taste just fine. And somebody asked me once, what are fried green tomatoes? Where do you get them from? Well, green tomatoes are actually red tomatoes that have not ripened yet. They're just unripened, regular red tomatoes. But boy, oh boy, are they good. If you haven't had them, you are missing a treat. Now, I'm gonna be cutting mine not quite, almost a ½ inch in thickness. And a little bit less than that though, but you want them, I want mine pretty thick. Okay, so here's what I'm going to be using. I've got some flour and some cornmeal, some dash, some kosher salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and black pepper. And you can use these seasonings, which are great, and you can also add some of your favorites if you'd like to, like maybe some red pepper or cayenne or something like that. Just showing you again how these big slices should look, and they should be pretty thick because we don't want little chips or little crisp. We want them to be fairly thick. Okay, so here I have my electric fry pan waiting, and I'm going to get some oil. Now I'm using vegetable oil, and that's what you should use. Don't use you know, olive oil. It's not necessary. Just use vegetable oil. Okay, and I'm going to put 2 eggs. I have here 2 different dishes, and in this one I'm going to make up my wet stuff. I'm putting 2 eggs in this one, and I am putting milk in here also. Now I am using almond milk. You can use any milk that you have or that you favor. Canned milk, regular milk, whole skim milk, even buttermilk would work great. So I'm putting in here 1 cup of flour, and I'm putting about 1 cup of cornmeal. Now I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I'm going to season my flour and cornmeal mixture instead of the tomatoes, because if I season tomatoes, it'll be knocked right off once I put it in the milk and egg mixture. But when I don't like to season my flour mixture is because you use so much more seasoning just trying to get some of it to stick to the food product. So here I'm using some Mrs. Dash. I love Mrs. Dash because there's no salt. Got a lot of seasons in it, but no salt. And that way you can put as much salt as you want to in your own food without having to worry about the salt that's in that product. Also, I have some onion powder, and I also have garlic powder, as I already showed you the ingredients that I'm going to be using. But I'm just getting all of this down into this dish. And it looks like I'm using a lot, and I am. That's why I don't like to put it into my flour mixture, because you're going to waste up a lot of your seasonings. You're going to use more. But in this case, you kind of got to do it when you're doing green tomatoes, because as I said, that liquid will just knock all the seasonings right off of the tomato when you put them in. So where's my little trusty whisk? Okay, I'm going to take my whisk, and I'm going to mix this up really, really good, making sure that I get seasoning in every part of the flour and cornmeal. I want it very well seasoned so that my tomatoes can be well seasoned. So I'm mixing all of this up. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. So here I have a tomato, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the tomato down into the egg and milk mixture, and then I'm going to come right back and put it into the flour and cornmeal mixture. And I'm going to use this right hand. I'm going to do the clean and the dirty method. I'm going to get the right hand dirty with the egg, milk, and flour and cornmeal. I'm going to keep that left hand clean for just, you know, moving around and stuff, whatever else I need to touch. So I put this in here, and I'm going to actually lay these aside once I get them covered real well. I'm going to lay them aside and just let them sort of cure or just kind of lay up here and marinate, it's going to give the seasonings and the flour time to really adhere to the tomato. So therefore, when it hits that hot oil, so much of it won't come off. So I'm just going to let them lay here while I continue to do these tomatoes. And this is like dredging. It's called dredging. I'm going to dredge these tomatoes in the egg and milk mixture, and then in the flour and cornmeal mixture. For all of you who haven't had these, please try this. Don't let the tomato season get away from you until you try some fried green tomatoes. It's a southern dish, but honey, it's made for anybody. Anybody's with an appetite is gonna love these. You could eat these in the morning with an omelet or your breakfast. You could eat these for lunch. You can eat these at dinner. They're at any point. They're really good. So I got my oil here, and you can tell that my vegetable oil is hot. You see how it's shimmering? So I am going to go ahead and just get my tomatoes down into the oil. I've got a really big pan here, and I'm using this pan because it'll hold a lot of tomatoes at one time. And that's what I want to do. The other thing you can do is to use just a deep fryer, which is great because it actually I like that better. I just didn't want to get mine out and heat it up today. And in case you don't have a deep fryer, this is what you can do. You also can put oil in a boiler, a two-handle boiler, and that's a good thing too. Now I'm actually using 2 spatulas to turn these because it's safer, it's better. It will help to keep my batter on my tomatoes. It also, I can lay it down more easily, and it won't splash me. The hot oil won't splash back up on me. So I can just turn it, I can handle this better with 2 spatulas. Okay, looking good. I'm draining this. Nice and crispy on the outside. The tomato is still going to be soft on the inside, and very, very acidic. It has just a beautiful tartness. Really good. If you can just think about that, it's tart. The tomato is tart, and then you got the seasonings, and you got the little breading on the outside. Really, really good. Okay, so I'm just about to finish up this job. When I get these out of here, you'll see that you have a little bit more crumbs in your pan. Your second batch is going to be darker than your first batch unless you take out your oil and drain it and strain it, or either use fresh oil. But it's okay, it doesn't matter. So I'm making up a little remoulade here, honey, and this is what's really going to set it off. So I'm using the mayonnaise and the horseradish and the sriracha. Don't you worry your pretty little head, because I'm going to have the recipe, all the ingredients, and the measurement, the amount, in the description box. Just go back to the description box where you first came into this video at, and you will see the link. Click on the link, and you can go and print this recipe right off, honey. Free of charge, won't cost you a dime. So I'm using this some more dash. I love this dash. And I'm putting Parmesan cheese, but now you're gonna find this remoulade is wonderful. It goes with a lot of different things. It goes with meat dishes, and it's just a wonderful sauce to make to go on to a lot of your food. It can go on fish. I like it instead of tartar sauce. It's really, really good. So I have here some lemon, and I'm going to use some lemon juice. I'm going to squeeze it out. I'm going to use all the lemon juice from this lemon. This is about a medium-sized lemon. And here I'm just stirring, getting it together. I've tasted this, and it needs just a little bit of sugar. So I'm going to put just maybe about 1/8 of a teaspoon of sugar. I'm going to put some parsley flakes in here, not for taste, but just to make it look good. And tasting it again, just tasting it on my spoon. It needs a little bit of salt. So I'm using just a little Himalayan pink salt on this. Now, here I am drizzling this over the tomatoes, and I'm just going to make it look cute here on this platter. I'm just going to drizzle it over right down the center, but then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with mine, honey, at the end. I'm just going to dip right out of this bowl and put a lot. I love a lot. This sauce is so great. So here I am. Now this is the treat that the cook gets. If you cook the food, then you get a special treat. Nobody else can do this but you. You put all the remoulade you want to, you dip it, you spread it, you eat it any way you want to, because you are the cook, and so you get special treatment. Now I want you to take a look at this crust and these soft tart tomatoes and that sauce. baby, I wish I could cook it for you. I wish I could serve this up for you and let you just taste it. I would pass these out in little cups and let everybody just taste, a piece about 2 inches big. And then you would know what I meant. You'd run to the store or to your garden and you'd run back home and fry these because they are delicious. Yeah, well, I think this is the best thing that we have in the South. One of our best things that we have. Try it, guys. I wouldn't steer you wrong. Hey, guys, I want to thank you for coming by today to see what I was doing, checking up on me. Now, you knew I'd be throwing down, and I hope that I did not disappoint. Thank you guys for the ones that have subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell until you see the parentheses come around it. That way you'll be notified every time I put up a new video. Also, give me a thumbs up and come and visit me on the other platforms that I'm on. I am on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. I'm Meso, making it everywhere. Come and show me some love if you will. Okay, guys, thank you for coming by. Thank you for watching. I love you, and I want you to do something for me. Show your love by sharing your food. Remember, subscribe, thumbs up, share this video wherever you're active on social media. Comment. I love hearing from you. Bye-bye. Be good, y'all.